in Porsche we trust. And if you don't, you really should. Right. See what this thing's got. It essentially makes a turbo irrelevant. That's how quick it is. Hi guys, welcome back to CMD and another video. You join me back here at Porsche Centre, Nottingham. The sun is shining and I'm here with this brand new to Porsche 911 992 Spot 2 Targa 4 GTS. If you've made it to CMD, you'll be all too aware that the GTS is now a T-hybrid system. I'm not here to tell you about how this T-hybrid works or even debate whether it's the right thing for Porsche. I've heard great things from people in the know and I've seen and watched an awful lot on this product, and it really does sound a little bit too good to be true. Have Porsche pulled off the T-hybrid 911 that we all should want? Performance figures potentially certainly tell you so. And I'm here today to see how this thing goes. Oh, so very nice and familiar about this place. So let's just very quickly talk you through this Targa 4 GTS 992 Spot 2. So slate grey Neo interior package GTS, obviously T-hybrid, power 541 horsepower, 398 kilowatts. 4-wheel drive through the 8-speed PDK automatic gearbox. Now only a single turbo. If you were in the previous gen, you were a dual turbo. Difference now, without talking technically with you, because I'll probably get it wrong, being that the turbo is now charged by the electric motors, which makes it way more efficient, way more powerful, and essentially far more punchy. Hence why they've been able to go down to 1. Increase in power from previous generation, but also an increase in weight. 0 to 60 in this car is 3 seconds flat. Peak torque is just short of 2,000 revs. So that tells you immediately that obviously the torque is instantly available, and that is all that electronic magic that Porsche have punched into this car doing its work. This particular one, spec-wise, we have the exclusive design fuel filler cap, lifting system front axle, necessity for a 911 in my opinion. Power steering plus, wheels are satin black, adaptive 18-way electrical sports seats with memory package, again absolute must, super comfortable. Slight change from previous generation, but this real nice Alcantara inside it, feels lovely and supportive with lumbar. Heated GT Sport steering wheel, button hidden behind the steering wheel, absolute must, especially in something like a Targa. Bose surround system, privacy glass, surround view, active parking support, and some adaptive cruise control. So a very nicely spec'd all-rounder. And a Targa. I haven't driven a Targa before, so really excited to see what that's about. First things first, shall we give it a start? Rhetorical question. Yes, please. Just talk amongst yourselves whilst I figure this out. Porsche just do seating positions for everyone. It's ridiculous. So just a point of note, when you start the car, it's immediate. In the previous gen, in my car, you get the this just went bush. So again, obviously electric motor, starting everything up straight away. Going to have to do the roof. It's mentally blowy and I'm worried we're not going to hear us talk. So, time with the 992 Spot 2 GTS, what can I tell you? Porsche have this wonderful habit of engineering just fantastic cars and facing the challenges that they have in front of them. This car, ironically, surprise, surprise, is no exception in that respect. I suppose where I'm impressed, more so than I was expecting to be, is just the usability of the power. How easy the car is to live with in normal mode. I'm pootling around little villages just around Nottingham, near the Porsche Centre at the moment, and the car's very quiet inside, very civilised. The ride, you can tell it's the GTS, you can tell those springs have just got that little bit of stiffness in them, but actually it's also got a level of compliance as well. It's quite a comfy place to be. They've managed to make it stiff and a bit less hard, even though you are aware that the car is moving around a bit. I'm on some particularly bad roads at the moment, and actually it doesn't feel as bad as my Carrera S previous gen. The other thing that's of note is that even in normal mode, when you punch this thing, the response is so much more instant and so much more right there that second, whether you like it or not, and very easy to sit on. You can literally stab it and it goes, even in a basic mode. Everything else is very standard 992. The cup holder is still in the wrong place. There is another one over there. God knows how they got that so wrong when they got it so right in the previous generation. This one's got some really nice interior package pieces that make it a very nice place to sit and to be. There's a lot of leather, a lot of Alcantara. The steering wheel is leather. I think I would go Alcantara if I was using it not too much, but the leather actually feels quite nice. Not normally a fan of a leather steering wheel. And this one is heated, which is going to pay you dividend in the winter when you want the roof off. But even there in normal mode, I think the sound, you get a bit more whine and a bit more instant. It feels more like a day-to-day sports car in normal mode when you ask it to be. I don't feel like you necessarily have to crank it up, which I will do now. So into sport. Also on the toggle I've got wet, normal, sport, sport plus. That's it, no individual. But into the national speed limit sign. In sport mode, and immediately there's an awful lot more going on. And it's just far, far more capable. Annoyingly, right out of the junction. Sounds good as well, and because all of those electric motors are spooling, you almost get like a supercharger whine. I know it's not a supercharger whine, internet, don't hate me. But you get this whir in the background on top of some engine noise. The engine sounds fantastic in the cabin. The car sounds good outside as well, but I am aware some of what is in the cabin is being pumped in. That does not bother me. It will bother some people, rightly so. Porsche are known for refinement, and wow, they've certainly got to grips with what the GTS should be. It's almost like a little dump valve. So you can let it spool and then let go. It's actually like a dump valve. Now, I know that it doesn't waste that energy, so although it sounds like it's getting pumped out, that is firing. You see the green line fire into the battery, so every time you sort of let things off, the battery picks up that power, distributes it elsewhere. think the headlines when this car was first announced are that it's a T-hybrid, and immediately if you say hybrid to me, I think Prius. But the reality is they haven't done it for that reason. Yes, they are trying to meet some of the EU quotas. They're trying their best to maintain the soul of the 911 and also help with the economy numbers. This car will be more economical, and I don't know where on earth they find the engineers at Porsche who come up with these ideas. I think it's NASA. It's very likely, but holy crap, don't they get it right. GTS down this road. It's horrifically bumpy. It's a big straight line. My word, it's fast. It essentially makes a turbo irrelevant. That's how quick it is. And let's put the numbers into context. It's a bold statement, and I know it's a bold statement. But the 0 to 60 on this is 3 seconds. That is supercar territory in anyone's books out of a sports car. It'll still be economical, it'll still carry 4 of you in relative comfort, as long as 2 of you are quite small. But oh my gosh. Doesn't this thing move? Here we go. This is a great road. I'm very, very much looking forward to driving this. So much so that I'm going to take the roof off and hope that what I film is audible. Let's hope for the best, eh? It's a Targa. You've got to get the roof off. Did the GoPro survive? There it is! Right. Let's go have some fun, see what this thing's really about in the corners. Back down into a 30. They just don't make bad cars, do they? And you'd have every right to have a knee-jerk reaction around a T-hybrid 911. It is the antichrist of what you should do to this car on paper, but you don't drive cars on paper, do you? This is, in its own right, all the speed and pace anyone could ever remotely come close to needing. And this is the one I was keen to drive. The GTS means that we get the T-hybrid. The 992 Spot 2 will come with improvements, but it is still an internal combustion engine. This is the one that starts the major difference. How does that feed in to turbo GT products? Right, anyone's guess. Part of me thinks they've got to show you what they can do before they launch a big name with a T-hybrid in, so that you don't panic. And whilst putting anything other than a naturally aspirated engine into a GT3, as an example, would cause one hell of a stir, and I can't admit that I would be for it, because that simply isn't the case. Based on this, you wouldn't need to panic. In Porsche, we trust. And if you don't, you really should. Right, I've got to get this thing back to Tom and Matt. That has been one hell of an hour experiencing what this is about. I'll admit that I quite literally took the roof off and just went and had 40 minutes finding out about the car and experiencing it, and sitting here with the roof off in spring in the UK with the sun shining, because that doesn't happen very often. But now, bit of a blast back, some nice windies. If you're new to CMD and you haven't seen one of our videos before, please consider giving us a like and a subscribe. We have been set up as a YouTube channel with a difference. All of the money we generate from the videos, like the one you are watching right now, is all donated to local, national and international charities and good causes. Today, while I'm filming, we're presenting another check to Dreams Come True, a UK-based charity who do an awful lot of great work across the country. But put quite simply, without people like you watching videos like this, we're not giving out those checks. So please, 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 give us a like, give us a subscribe. That's a sign off from me, guys. A huge thank you to Tom Hale, Matt Goff, Porsche Centre Nottingham, and what a treat it has been. But for now, selfishly, I'm just gonna have 10 minutes on my own. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.